On the third day, Christ has returned. The third day began at midnight on the year 2000. We are 23 years into the third day. I am telling you, very biblically factual, that we are going to see Jesus face to face in the third day. Jesus will return, and he could return before this day ends. Give the Lord praise in the house. The rebirth of Israel is the greatest miracle in the Bible since the resurrection. I was listening to the radio with my father when that announcement was made in 1948. This is the most important day since the resurrection of Jesus, my father said. Never underestimate the love of God for the Jewish people. David's prayer in 1 Chronicles 17:20 reads, O Lord, there is none like you, nor is there any God besides you. And who is like your people Israel, the one nation on the earth whom God went to redeem for himself as a people? There is no verse that God has ever reversed that love for Israel. Deuteronomy 7, for you, Israel, and the Jewish people are a holy people to the Lord. Listen, a special treasure above all the people on the face of the earth. To some Americans, that's an offensive verse. We like to think of ourselves as being first. God simply says the Jewish people are a special treasure above all the people on the face of the earth. Why? His son went to earth as a Jewish person, and the Jewish person made the redemption of Gentiles possible. The first sign of Christ's return to earth was the shocking and amazing rebirth of the state of Israel. Israel has just celebrated its 75th year of independence, and in these 75 years, the state of Israel, with a land space smaller than that of New Jersey, has become the epicenter of the world. Jerusalem is the shoreline of eternity. What does that mean? That means that everything that's important geopolitically or prophetically or spiritually starts and ends with the city of Jerusalem. The Bible fact is God blesses the Jewish people directly, and through the Jewish people blesses us, the Gentile people. Think about it. Our blessings from the Jewish people, every word of this book written by Jewish people, every word. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jewish guys. Prophets, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, Jeremiah, not a Baptist or Pentecostal in the group. When I was raised, if you weren't Pentecostal, you weren't going to heaven. Those days are over, thank God. The first family of Christianity was Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. The disciples, all Jewish people. St. Paul. St. Paul writes in Galatians, because we have received of the Jewish spiritual things, we are obligated to them, to minister them into the material things. That's written in your Bible. It's not something people preach about or teach about much, but it's very much as true as John 3:16. God promised in Genesis 12:3, and through you, Israel, will all the families of the earth be blessed. Hello, Washington. God is watching your abuse of Israel. When you gave Iran $6 billion and you funded Hamas, making this slaughter possible, I will say to you that you are bringing the judgment of God on our nation. The day America stops blessing Israel will be the day God stops blessing the United States of America. The second sign of Christ's coming is that of scoffers, the pseudo-intellectual nitwit who knows everything. 2 Peter 3 says, knowing this, that there shall come in the last days scoffers saying, where's the sign of his coming? Pastor Hagee, what difference does it make whether I believe in the rapture or not? Exactly this. Hebrews 9:28 says, to those that eagerly look for him, will he appear the second time? The point is, if you're not looking for him, you're not going with him. Then the Bible adds, watch and pray that you be counted worthy to escape those things that are coming on the earth. Escape what? This means the coming Antichrist, who's going to kill everyone on the earth who refuses to take his mark in the right hand and in the forehead. If you have not committed your life to Christ, you're going to be left behind. And your option will be to go through the living hell of the Great Tribulation, which lasts 7 years with 21 global tragedies that will kill 1/3 of the earth's population on one day. That's just one of the tragedies. The Antichrist will force you to take his mark in his right hand or your forehead. And he will cut your head off if you refuse. You will be resurrected at the second coming. Take his mark, you lose your soul. Some of you listening to me right now, you know about Jesus, but you're not serving Jesus. And I'm going to look you right in the face and tell you, you will be in this church bawling your eyes out when the rapture happens and you've been left behind. Where's the sign of his coming? I love to hear scoffers say, it's never going to happen. You're running your mouth like that is a testimonial it's closer to happening than it's ever been before. The fact that you do not believe that Christ is coming back is living proof that he will soon appear. If you listen closely, you can hear the footsteps of Messiah in the clouds of glory coming to rapture the church victorious. Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! The third sign is the knowledge explosion. Daniel writes in the 12th chapter. He wrote this 2,600 years ago.